Welcome to Truth and Company Boxing Podcast. I'm your host, John the Truth Dioria, and today we have another segment of 20 random questions. And today's guest is former heavyweight champion of the world, Prince Charles Martin. How you doing today,
What's up,
Charles?
guys? What's up? How you doing?
Glad to have you on the show, man.
Yeah, glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you just broke up on me a little bit.
Oh, I said thanks for having me.
So, you ready to do these 20 random questions?
Oh yeah, let's get it.
All right, question one. How did you get involved in the sport of boxing?
Wow, it was a long time ago now. So, I'll say when I was about 18, my first child's mom's brothers, they introduced it to me. They had me in the gym and stuff like that, and I could punch. I always could punch hard, so I was like, "Oh shit, I might could do something with this." But I didn't get serious with it until I was about 20. I didn't get serious with it until I was about 20 years old or something. Let me try to come in here.
Okay. Seems like.
Can you hear me better?
Yep, a lot better, and the picture's
Right,
better.
cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I was about, I'll say, 20 years old when I actually got into it. But I started doing like training and stuff like that when I was about 18. Say 18.
Okay. So, question two: what boxers have inspired you in your career?
People like Lennox Lewis, a lot of the little guys, Pernell Whitaker, Mayweather, Joe Calzaghe. I like him a lot. Corey Sanders. Yeah, man. Vladimir Klitschko, Vitaly Klitschko. Them guys right there.
Okay.
Mike Tyson, of course.
Yeah, of course,
Mike.
everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody says Tyson.
Yeah.
Question three: do you have any boxing superstitions?
I think I did back in the day, but not anymore. Not anymore. I just know training hard, man. That's what prevents everything. It's just get in there and do your damn due diligence every day,
Okay, question four: if you could go on any reality TV show, which one would you want to go on?
reality show. Oh man, I don't even know nothing off the top of the head because I don't even watch reality shows. maybe Cribs from back in the day when they had Cribs.
Okay, that's a reality show.
Cribs.
All right, question five: what's the first thing you did after winning the world title?
Oh man, went and got some food at a late night little restaurant out in New York.
Okay.
Met a few people there. I was like, oh shit. They're like, oh, what's up, champ? It was a good feeling, man. Just a good feeling overall. Chilled with the family and stuff like that afterwards.
Nice. All right, question six: if you could have dinner with any four people in the world, dead or alive, celebrities, people from history, who would you want to be at the table with?
Marilyn Monroe. Right?
This dinner party's already heating up. Who's the other three?
The other three. Oh man. The other three.
I mean, it can be celebrities, it can be alive and dead, it can be boxers, people from history, anybody.
Man, Hitler almost took over the world. I would want to sit down and pick his mind for sure.
Okay, this dinner party's already getting interesting. Marilyn Monroe and Hitler so far.
Yeah, that guy was different. So yeah, man.
And if he gets out of hand, you just knock him out.
No, he was little. He was a little man. He was like really short.
But that's what I mean. You're a pro boxer, a heavyweight. If he got out of hand, you could knock him out.
Nah, he was cool. He's cool, man. He's cool. Very fascinating. And The third person would probably be, wow, Jimi Hendrix.
No, you got one more now.
A musical genius right there, Jimmy.
Okay, so we got Marilyn
and,
Monroe, we got Hitler, and Jimi Hendrix so far.
and Albert Einstein.
Oh my God. Now that's a dinner party.
Put them all at the table right there. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Woo. All right, question 7. What is the craziest or the funniest story that ever happened between you and a boxing fan?
Oh, man. Yeah,
Any of them stick out to you?
I mean, I don't know. A guy like talked to me like for a half hour outside of the arena, and he kind of kept talking about the same stuff, and I was like, all right. I didn't want to just walk away from him though, So I was just like, he was like a true fan, so it was kind of like weird, but I mean, I had the respect for him. You know what I mean? I was like, that's some deep shit. He's like giving me the scoop and how he feels about me and my career and stuff like that. But it lasted about 30 minutes, man.
So he was a
like,
dedicated fan.
Yeah,
he was trying to make sure you knew it.
Yeah, and it kind of like that kind of drove me. That was like a little drive right there. Like, wow, man. This guy. Yeah, that was different. That was pretty different for the most part.
Question 8. What's the best advice you ever got from another boxer or a trainer, and who was it?
Man, I wouldn't necessarily call it like advice, but I would say Johnny Rice, man. He's just he inspires me, man. Every day to be pretty much have a perfect attendance in the boxing gym these days, man.
For the fans that don't know who that is, is that your trainer?
No, Johnny's a fighter, man. He's a fighter. He fought a couple people, like Guido and Michael Coffey, but for the most part, it's like these days when I don't feel like going to the gym, I say, I bet you Johnny's at the gym. You know what I'm saying? So it's like an inspiration. I can pull up anytime at that time around the time, and see his car there. You know what I mean? So he's there, perfect attendance, and I'm matching that. You know what I mean? And that's what makes me really good. When I'm in the boxing gym, when I'm actually in there training every day, that's when I'm on my shit, man. Because I used to, I didn't used to train, man. I'm gonna be honest. I used to go a year or two without even being in the gym. 14 months. Then I'll go do a 4-month camp for a fight. Yep. 4 or 5 weeks of training, when I've been sitting out for a year.
Okay. Yep. Question 9. What's your favorite board game?
I used to like that game, Operation.
Okay.
Remember that? Yep. I mean, everybody likes Monopoly, that was one of my favorites too as well, you know what I mean? Because it kind of plays like life, you know what I mean? But yeah, Monopoly, man. I mean, Operation. Yeah. That was my game, man, because you got to keep that steady hand, these little tweezers.
Question 10. Are you a thrill seeker, an adrenaline junkie? Do you like being risky outside the ring?
I used to. Not so much anymore. And I always played it safe, man. You know what I mean? I used to, even as a child, I would think about it like, if this goes wrong, what would happen to me? And I was like, do I want to do that? Probably not. But yeah, man, I used to, especially in the beginning of my career, like early on in my career, like as an amateur and stuff like that, I did seek a lot of adrenaline. I was an adrenaline junkie,
Okay, question 11. If you had a Super Bowl party and you could invite one NFL player over to watch the Super Bowl, past or present player, who would it be?
John Elway.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Question 12. Who was the hardest puncher you've ever faced in the ring in a fight or sparring?
Johnny Rice. And sparring. Yeah, he could crack, man. He kind of gets out the way, and he's kind of timid in the beginning. More so, not so much now, but he just didn't know his own strength. So I used to always have to drill it into him. Man, you strong as a mother. You know what I mean? Like he got a punch on him, but he'd be bagging up. He'd be like running away and throw a right hand, and then crack you, and you don't want to get hit with it, man. I'm telling you, you don't want to be on the receiving end of that one.
Okay, question
Big
13.
man.
Can you tell me an interesting story in your boxing career so far?
An interesting story just related to boxing? Oh, just only boxing?
Something out of your boxing career that maybe a lot of people don't know or something. Just a short story.
Oh, when I went to Florida, probably to fight Ortiz, and I drank a lot of water before I went to the venue. And I got to the venue and I said, "Hey, commissioner, I'm ready to take my drug test. I'm ready to take my P test." And they said, "P test? We don't drug test in Florida. We don't drug test for peds in Florida." I said, "Oh my God." So that was pretty interesting.
So you drank a lot of water for nothing.
Yeah, I was ready to take that urine test, and they don't even drug test out there.
All right, question 14. Would you ever go skydiving?
Whoa, no. I used to be an adrenaline junkie. I might have done that, 10 years ago.
All right, question 15. Who's your favorite athlete?
Oh, my favorite athlete would have to be. That's a tricky one. I have a lot of favorite athletes, but I would say I'd give it to Kobe, man. I'd give it to Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. Yeah, man.
Question 16. Do you have any phobias?
When I was young, like I say 4 years old, we were on the riverbank because my stepdad used to take us fishing a lot. So I was messing around with the bait, and as a child, you don't know, and it was like a container full of crickets, because that was some of the bait we used was the crickets. So I was fooling around with the cricket container, and it opened up, and all these crickets jumped out everywhere, like 1,000. I thought it was like 1,000 crickets, and I'm just like went crazy. So after that, it kind of traumatized me. You know what I mean? So still to this day, if I see like too many like insects in one, you know what I mean? Like a lot of anything, I like it like freezes me for a second. You know what I mean? Like if I see a pile of ants or something, it's like like in my house, it could be in the house or some crazy shit. You know what I mean? Like I'm just like it don't scare me, but it'll definitely just I'll freeze up for a second, like holy shit, you know what I mean? Because it's that trauma, it's that childhood trauma from that. Yeah.
See, no, those type of stories are hilarious because you think a heavyweight champion of the world, taking punches from men over 200 pounds, but if a bunch of crickets come at him, he's out of the way.
I'm running. Yeah, man. Definitely. That's
all right,
crazy.
That was a good one. Question 17. What's a typical Friday night for Prince Charles Martin?
Oh man, these days definitely on my MPC, man, making my beats. I make my beats, man. So I'll get it in. Friday night would be training at the gym, so I wouldn't get done till about 9:30, 10ish. But when I get home on that Friday, man, oh yeah, cracking open that MPC, man, and starting to drop some drum patterns.
Okay.
Or bowling. I love bowling too. I might go bowling too. So, yeah, man, a real good 200 plus bowler.
Wow. Okay, so you're an avid bowler.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice. Question 18. Do you have a favorite candy bar?
I used to. I don't eat the candy bars anymore because it seems like they have chemicals in them now. That chocolate is kind of tainted. It tastes a little tainted than it used to. But back in the day, it used to be a Score. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Oh yeah, I used to eat them. Yep.
delicious. Yeah, look, or a Heath bar. Don't get me wrong. The Heath kind of give it a run for its money right there. You know, the Heath and the score neck to neck with me.
Okay. So
Yeah.
now this next question, I personally kind of want to know the answer to this, but I'm sure some other fans do because it's not very often that you win a world title off on an injury.
Mm-hmm.
So, after winning the world title because your opponent injured his leg and no longer could continue, so did you have to deal with any negativity because of the way you won it, and how did you feel about winning it that way? Because I know a lot of fighters, you guys work so hard for so many years to win a world title. You know, you want to be able to hold it up knowing that you knocked dude out or won it in a decision.
Yeah.
And that feeling was kind of tainted a little bit. It was taken away from you a little bit, that excitement. Even though you won it and you were still world title, I know you rather would have beat him.
Yeah, definitely, man. So yeah, I received a lot of backlash about it, but overall, I was gonna get him out of there. I was in full control. So yeah, I have no doubts. And that doesn't worry me at all because I knew that I was gonna win. In my opinion, he just looked for a way out. You know what I mean? Because technically, I don't see how you can injure yourself that severely in a fight. I think he wore a brace. I think he had a brace before that, and he just didn't wear it in that fight. And if something came about, it looked like, oh shit, look at my knee. You know what I mean? He didn't beat me. I injured myself. I don't believe that.
So do you believe that he was possibly
He
hurt
was
in
already
training camp?
No, not even in training camp. It could have been just he already messed his leg up. You know what I mean? Like it didn't have to just be in that one camp. You know what I mean? And I believe that he wore a brace already. He wore like a knee thing. A lot of fighters wear those. You know what I mean? Wear the knee shit. You'll see them when they spar and stuff. And I just think that he didn't wear it, so it looked like, oh my God, this is just on impact on this time. That's what I believe. But overall, even if that wasn't the case, he was gonna lose that night. Back in the day, I was in the gym.
So I mean, you honestly believe you would have beat him convincingly and gotten the title anyway?
I was in the gym. I was in the gym all the time. When I'm in the gym, you can see me now. Go look at my Instagram now. Boxing, real PCM boxing. You know what I mean? I'm a switch foot now. I can fight right-handed and left-handed, and my right stance is stronger than my left side. You know what I mean? I started throwing since the Gerald fight. I started throwing two left hands like naturally, two left hands, and I end up on my right side. So why not? Let that right hand go once my foot switches. You know what I mean? So I naturally just brought that out of me. You know what I mean? And that comes from the hard work, man, and putting in the day-to-day training. You know what I mean? After the Joshua fight, when they robbed me over there in London, that's when I lost the love for the sport, and I stopped being consistent with training. And every one of those fights after Joshua, I only trained a month to 5 weeks. Swear to God, ask the coaches, anybody. I would come to the gym when they called me and said I had a fight. If I didn't have no fight, I was not in the gym. But prior to that Joshua fight, that Glasgow fight, I was training in the gym all the time. So there was no way he was going to beat me. I'm talented, and when you put talent with hard work, you know what you get.
So you already knew some of the negativity was going to come, so you just basically brushed a lot of it off?
Well, I didn't, not necessarily. Yeah, for the most part, yeah, because I in my heart I knew that I would have won no matter what. That kid didn't have no power. You know what I mean? Like that's the reason. Once he felt me coming on to him, you could see in the beginning of rounds, coming on him, boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. He wasn't going to get out of there like that. Even, he wasn't going to make it out of there. So, but the most thing is from the Joshua fight. That's where that's where I had to deal with a lot of shit. You know what I mean? From that fight, where they had me hurt.
But I don't understand. People shouldn't have criticized you for that because you could have not taken that fight. You were the champion. You were willing to defend Yeah, but you were willing to defend the belt against Joshua. You didn't have to do that.
Right,
You could
right.
have. You had other options. I saw that you had other options, and you did
Hmm.
not take
Hmm.
those other options.
Hmm.
So I
Hmm.
mean, I commend you on willing to defend it against Joshua.
And Joshua is a sissy, man. Joshua is soft. The only reason why he won is because I was hurt. A lot of people don't know this story. I had busted ribs. They got me over there in the sparring session, and wasn't nothing I couldn't handle. But when we got in the clinch with this guy, he was hitting me in the back of the head. And my team was just watching it. It's like somebody took some money under the table, you know what I mean, to make sure Joshua won. I swear to God. And the
So you
second time,
so
I
you
hurt
got
the
your
guy.
ribs hurt in training over there before the
Yeah.
fight.
Yep. And the coach went over. My coach told me not to use my left hand on him, but told them guys to go all out on me. Weird, right?
Oh wow.
He was going all out. Wasn't nothing I couldn't handle. We got in the clinch for the second time and he hit me in the back of the head twice. I went to grab the back of my head like this with my glove to protect it, and guess what's open? My ribs. And he busted, boom, right to the ribs, man. And he kept swinging at it for the rest of the round. I did the rest of the round like a man, and just kind of protected it. He kept swinging at it like he knew that he hurt me. You know what I mean? Crazy, 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 crazy shit, man. So,
So you
10
believe?
days.
So
That
you
was
believe
10
that
days
some?
before the fight.
So you believe somebody over there was intentionally trying to hurt you before you got in the ring with Joshua? You think somebody got paid?
It was my coach, man. It was the coach that I had initially that I fired.
Oh
They they
wow.
they they set some shit up, yeah, because it was just not right, man. We reconciled this year actually too, and he told me like, oh, I would never do that. That was just a freak accident.
I
I
don't
don't
know
believe it.
about that.
I
Yeah, I
don't
don't know
believe
about
it.
that. I gotta go with you on that. That sounds a little too
Yeah,
fishy.
yeah.
All
But
right,
but
one.
think but think about it. If I would have knocked Joshua out, I had no star power like that. I would have caused Eddie Hearn to lose $1 billion. So there was no way I was going over there and leaving with that belt, man. You know
No,
that.
we know
A
it
lot of
may be
people
a
that
sport, but it's a business
it's a
too.
business, exactly. So people got to use their brain. Joshua has to. He owes me a fair shake. I hope he sees this. I hope somebody gives it to him. Or I've been telling him for years, man. You never really fought me, man. You got to give me a fair shake. I want my fair shake before you retire. Before we retire, because I'll whoop that ass.
All right, question 20, last question. What has been the biggest accomplishment in your life?
The biggest accomplishment has been me being a father, man. And just being a family man. I never knew that I could be like this, coming from a broken family, and a broken home and stuff like that. And you know just all the alcoholism in the family, and just not gonna say I have a bad family, but it's just like I overcame all the things that most people would just fall into place with, you know what I mean, and be complacent with where they are, and
You broke
how
the
how
you
how
broke the cycle
I
of
broke the
dysfunctional.
chain. Yes, yes. So that's my biggest accomplishment. That's the thing that I'm most proud of. Saying outside of being a former world champion, I'll go down in the Hall of Fame for that. And being, and also being a father, man, and just, a husband, and a healthy family, man. Trying to create that what I didn't have growing up.
Nice. Well, listen, man, I appreciate you coming on, Charles, and
No
having
problem.
fun with the questions, man. And I
Hmm.
learned more about you today, and thanks for being honest about the fights and all
Yeah,
that stuff, man. It's nice to hear a lot of this stuff. So,
right on.
anything you want to say to your fans before we end?
Just keep on watching, man. I'm 37. You guys know, but I'm in the best shape of my life. I diet. I don't fool around. And is the best Martin is yet to be seen. So the next fight, like I said, I took the Jared Anderson fight, in 11 days. We didn't even get no sparring. So, that was just all off the strength of me, working out, training, and strength training, not boxing training, but yeah, like strength training and dieting, man. And I went in there on 11 days and damn near got him out of there. So And he's 23 years old. You know what I mean? I know I got the I know I got the motor to keep up with a young 23-year-old man. So a prospect. So, you know, you guys know what it is, man. When they put me in there with guys that are my age, you'll see.
All right. And
All
with
right.
that, the truth has spoken.